What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be installing an Apco Mayday Reserve on our Power to Fly Titan. We're going to go through how we installed the Reserve on the Power to Fly Titan. So here we go. So to start off, we're going to be removing the Reserve pouch from the harness. First you will need to pull back the Velcro that is all around the Reserve pouch. Then remove the two straps at each end of the Reserve pouch, and then finally you can unzip the pouch off. And as you can see, it takes a little bit of a time to get this Reserve pouch off. You got to kind of work the Velcro off. The Velcro is very strong, and we have our supervisor here. He is making sure we're doing this properly, as you can see, keeping a close eye on us. And so as we finish up getting this Reserve pouch off, we are going to then go over to the table and unbox the Apco Mayday Reserve. So there we go, we got it off. Alright, so now we're at the table. We're going to get this Reserve unpackaged and see what we all got in the box. Looks like we have the Reserve and the bridles right there, so let's get them installed. And so now you can see we're pulling back the Velcro on the harness that covers up where the bridles will go. And so we're going to install the bridles. So we're going to get the bridles installed, and when we get the bridles installed, we're going to run the bridles up through the harness and over to where the Reserve is going to be mounted. And so we'll be right back with that, and when we get that installed, we will get the Reserve over and tie the Reserve into the bridles. As you can see, once the bridles are installed, that Velcro will go back over the bridles and cover that up, make it really nice and neat, so you don't have to worry about snagging or anything like that. And then we're going to run them through the last little bit of the harness before they are out and connecting into the Reserve. As you can see here, we are grabbing the Reserve now. We're going to take it over to the paramotor, and we're going to slide the paramotor over, and then this is where we're actually going to connect the Reserve to the bridles, which are already connected to our harness. And so we're going to make sure that we do not remove or pull that, what he is pointing at. That will open up the Reserve, and you'd have to repack it if that ever, when that does get pulled. And so we're going to make sure we don't do that, and we're going to grab the bridles, and we are going to put them through the Reserve and around the Reserve to create our knot, as you can see here in the video. And once we get this done, we are going to set the Reserve back down and grab the Reserve pouch, the handle that you would actually pull if you were ever to pull the Reserve, and we're going to attach that to the Reserve, and then we will get the pouch and put the Reserve in. So as we grab the pouch, we need to remember that the pouch only goes on one way, and so we're going to lay the pouch down, and we're going to make sure that we run our bridles on the outside of our swing arm, and then we're going to set our bridles down in the excess of our bridles down into the pouch, put the Reserve on top of that. We're going to grab our little tool, and we're going to connect the dots, and they're all numbered 111 and 222. And so you will need to start with 1 and run those through and put your handle, one side of your handle through, and then you will do the other side the same way you did the first side. You will pull, and make sure while you're doing this you're massaging and making sure you're not pinching or pulling or ripping anything in the Reserve or the Reserve pouch. And once you get that all done, you will have your Reserve in your Reserve pouch. And as you can see here, we're massaging the Reserve to make sure that it is fitting in there. This was a pretty big Reserve for this pouch, and so just want to double check, make sure everything is good. And so now that we are done putting the Reserve into the Reserve pouch, we're going to install the Reserve back onto our harness, and it is the opposite of how we taken it off. So we're going to zip the Reserve pouch up. We're going to connect the two straps at both ends, and then we will put the Velcro back over after we have inspected that the zipper is on good and the 2 straps at each end are installed all the way properly. All that said and done, our Reserve is finally mounted on our Power to Fly Titan frame, and shout out to Andrew Solano for helping with this installation. It turned out to be a very straightforward and easy job to do, and as you can see, just doing a little walk around showing you up close of how the bridles are all tucked in nice and neatly, and there you have it. We have a Reserve now. Hopefully we'll know how to throw this thing, but it's there just in case we ever do need it. So thanks for watching, and y'all have a blessed day.